Quest Audiobooks presents an unabridged recording of Two Old Fools in Spain Again by Victoria Twead, narrated by Jilly Bond. 1. Families. There was mould on the walls. Green and white fluffy random blotches decorated the ceiling in most of the rooms. The mirror in the bathroom had begun to rust, and the beds and curtains smelled musty, as did the clothes hanging in the wardrobes. Old Spanish houses need to be lived in, need to be aired, or the damp takes over. Our home had missed us while we were away for a year, working in the Middle East. When we flung open the shutters to let the fresh mountain air flow through, I could almost hear the house sigh with relief. But living with mould and rust was far more attractive than living and working in Bahrain, a country in turmoil, rocked by the Arab Revolution. Joe and I were home, back in El Hoyo, and no clumps of mould or damp mattresses could spoil our joy at being in our own house and sleeping in our own bed again. "Bleach," I said, more to myself than Joe. "That's what we need, gallons of it. That'll put a stop to the mould." If the house was bad, the garden was worse. Very few of my plants had survived the heat of the Spanish sun without water. The grapevine thrived, its ancient roots buried deep in the soil, but my flower beds and pots contained nothing but crisp, dry brown sticks, marking the places where shrubs and flowers had once bloomed. "Don't you worry," I said to Regalo. She was the only chicken to have survived, in spite of Paco's care, while we'd been away. Now she was relishing the freedom to wander freely about our overgrown garden. She didn't reply. "I'll get this garden sorted out in no time. And we're going to get you some new sisters to keep you company. You'll be the oldest, so you'll be top hen." Regalo had been the youngest of the flock, pecked and bullied by the others. It was ironic that she would now have a flock of her own to rule. Regalo looked up at me, head cocked to one side, then resumed her task of tugging out the weeds that flourished between the paving stones. "I'm just popping round next door to see if Carmen has any bleach," I said to Joe. He grunted and scratched himself, deep in concentration as he flicked through the manuals, trying to figure out how to reactivate the TV, dish...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?